So this is one of the questions that's on the Hegarty video of how to go through it. So I thought I'd just go through it myself and see if my explanation makes it a little bit more simple for you. So basically, iteration, it's a way of solving equations that we don't know how to solve otherwise. So we know for a quadratic equation, we can solve it using the formula or by factorising or by completing the square. Whereas the one we've got here is a cubic equation. And at the minute, we don't know how to solve those. When you do A-level maths, you learn how to solve them. But at our level, GCSE, we don't know how to solve them. So we use a method called iteration. And basically, it's an improvement of trial and improvement. It's a bit better than that. It's a more concise way of doing it. And all that's involved is you rearrange this original... Oh, didn't mean to do that. You rearrange this original equation into this. You will at some point, you will look at how it rearranges to that. But for now, don't worry too much about how it's got rearranged. But this basically does rearrange into that. They are the two same equations. And then we call it an iterative formula. And we've got this notation that n plus 1 and n. Basically, what that means is whatever you put in for your first number, so if you do x0, which is what we're going to start with, the answer that you get, we're going to call x1. Then if we put in x1 into the equation, the answer that comes out would be x2. Then x2 goes into the equation, x3 comes out. x3 goes into the equation, x4 goes out. Again, will make more sense when I start doing this. So we're told x0 equals 1. So the first thing we're going to substitute in, instead of where it's got xn, we're going to change that for a 1. So on the calculator, you'd do the cube root of 6 minus 2 lots of 1. And the answer I get for that, if I just put that in the calculator now, so the cube root of 6 minus 3 basically is 1.44225. They want the final answer to 3 decimal places, so I would always do a couple more decimal places in your working out stage. And then this answer here of 1.44225, that is x1. And then that's now the number that we put in the calculator. So back to the iterative formula. So 3 times 1.44225. If I put that in my calculator, I get 1.657996. That answer that I get now becomes x2. So to get my third value of x, I'm going to substitute that into the formula. And we keep doing this until the answers start repeating correct 3 decimal places. So if I put that one in, we're getting 1.631411. So you can see how that's getting closer to each other. We've got the 1.6 that's the same, but we need 3 decimal places where they're the same. So I'm going to keep going. So x3 is 1.631411. Substitute that in to get the next one. And we get 1.63473. So can you see we're getting really, really close. So we've got 2 decimal places that are the same. But if we were to round those 2 answers, they've not got the same to 3 decimal places. So I need to keep going. So I'm going to do x4. That is x4, sorry. So I'm going to put that in to try and figure out x5. What do we get? We get 1.634319. So can you see now that to 3 decimal places... Oh, no, it wouldn't actually, because to 3 decimal places that would round to a 5. And that would stay as a 4, so I still need to keep going. I thought I'd done there. So that's x5, which is 1.634319. Substitute that in. I haven't got space because it's the recording button, so pretend I've typed that in, I've substituted it in, and we're getting 1.63437. Whereas now, they would be the same to 3 decimal places. It'd be 1.634. So the answer to 3 decimal places would be 1.634. So you keep going until you get the same to the same number of decimal places that they specify. So they will always say how many decimal places you want it to correct to be. Or they might just say work out x1 and work out x2. But hopefully that might have explained it a little bit different and help you.